What's up? Okay. What's up, Blake? I am doing all right. How are you doing? What's up, Chevy? What's poppin', everybody? Make sure y'all drop a like. Appreciate it. Trying to. There we go. Okay. Just got home, dub. Gonna do a little bit of a poll day here at night here. I know I'm a bit late. I'm later than I usually am, but not much. Not much. Just looking to get a lift in, hang out with chat for a bit. How's the Discord going? It's good. It's not like super active or anything, but playing the same game. What, Rivals? I still play Rivals. I haven't streamed on Twitch in probably a month, but I've just had a little bit too many things going on in my life where it's just been kind of hard. But yeah, no, I still play Rivals. Currently Platinum 3. I hit Grandmaster last season, but then they had the rank reset, so. Geometry Dash, dub. But yeah, still addicted to Rivals. Still hanging out, looking to hang out with stream. Knock out a little bit of a workout here. Hey, what's up, King? How we doing? Good to see all y'all in chat today. It's warming up a little bit here. It was nice outside today, chat. I guess it depends on where you live, but it was nice. In Dallas, kind of cloudy, fair. It's definitely starting to get to those, like, warmer months, though. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Anna. I know I'm late. But here I am. Nonetheless. I'm trying to think, chat. 50 minutes. Don't. Don't even. Within 5 minutes. Hour later. I was doing yard work all day, then I went over to dinner, that was my workout, fair point. Within 5 minutes. Hey, at least I didn't take an hour. You know? That's all I'm saying.
I did some yard work today as well.
Had to get a few things done. Outside. Trying to keep busy while I can. Or when I can, I guess. There we go. Make sure y'all like the stream. Like I said, we'll be live for a little bit here. Just gonna hit a poll day. I'll hop off. Yeah, okay, Big Bird. It's definitely still one of the craziest things I've seen in chat. You know, Big Bird's crazy. Like, that's wild. Patio redown the pool looks new again on landscaping. Duh. Do you have like an in-ground pool, or is it like one of the ones you just have outside? I'm assuming it's in-ground. I never had an in-ground pool. But we did have those inflatable ones that you kind of blow up. They kind of sit up like that. I had a lot of fun in one of those. When I was young basement bro, I was cooking in those things. They were so much fun. In-ground fair. The inflatable pools are so nice. Like, they're so much fun. But pools in general are just a lot of upkeep, you know? The chemicals and the chemicals is the big thing, but also keeping them clean. You gotta close them for the winter, you know. Water bill, yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of upkeep. I think it is, you know, if you use it a lot, it's worth it. But you're filling them, and if you heat them, yeah, that's true. Do you have a heated pool, Blake? Bro's got the lights in the pool. I feel like you have to have lights in your pool. If you have an in-ground pool outside, you gotta have lights in the pool, you know? I try to use it weekly, fair. I think you can get I think you can get value out of it for that, you know? A spa waterfall, Lord have mercy, let's go. What's up, Bri? What are you training? Bicep back. A little bit of core. Start with bicep here, full day. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, man. Make sure y'all drop a like. Appreciate it. A privacy cave? Dude. Bro's locked in. Bro is locked in with his in-ground pool. Lord have mercy. I do the same. Dub. You love to see it. I love me a good push-pull leg split. A privacy cave is crazy, though. Push legs pull. Fair. So you do push day, leg day, then pull day, then push day. Okay. It's not a bad split either. It's the same thing, you know. You just switch up the pull and the leg. Just tense today. Oof. Just a wee bit tense. Hey, Cardi, I need that Back to the Future, Cardi. Kind of weird. I'm sure there's plenty of people who do that, you know, switch up switch up push-pull leg. I mean, my split used to be. Why is my music not pausing? My split used to be. It was chest and quad, bicep, tricep, shoulder, and then back hamstring. It's not my favorite split. I just used to do it like that because it worked for me in the beginning. But chest and quad in the same day can be a lot. So I like having chest and quad on 2 different days. But like I said, when I do leg day, I usually do quads twice a week, hamstrings once a week. I don't hit my hamstrings as much just because my lower back. The bro split, yeah. I don't know. I like that split. It's not even a bad split, but I don't know. Push pull leg is just a lot easier, I feel like, to follow along with, you know. So when people ask me what my split is, I can just go PPL, you know, push pull leg. Still rocking it though, Chad. Not too bad. Not too bad, you know. Boom. Appreciate that, Rye. We're getting there. We're still getting there, you know. Still you know, it's a, you know, it's an everyday grind. It's an everyday grind. Appreciate that, man. Like I said, I do work out every single day. But I mean, you all see my workouts, right? Like, I mean, like, I work out every single day, but I'm not doing a high intensity training every single day. I'm just doing lifting every single day, you know? What's up, Metric? You know, like, I'm doing, you know, I'm not doing, what's going on? What's going on? How are we doing? I'm not doing, what time is it for you? 10:30 at night. What's up, Miss Craft? Still in out? Nope. Still here, man. I'll let you know when I get out. Speaking of getting something, get the like button. You know, dub. Appreciate it. But yeah, I don't do high intensity lifting every single day. I mean, I don't sit here and just be completely sore every single day. I just lift. I just lift. Now, personally, I think at the end of the day, I may not have as huge of gains as some people, but I got you with Jake here. Hold on. Is it okay not to train traps specifically, though? I don't really like traps. Yeah, I mean, I think as long as you do back, you know, you're going to train. Like, if you're doing lat training, right? And also, like, your lat training and also a lot of times your shoulder training is going to help, or is going to double as trap. The best thing I recommend for traps is shoulder shrugs if you do ever want to train them specifically. But, like, I mean, obviously your pull-ups are going to be more bicep and lats. But there are some, well, it kind of just depends. There are, I think the more inward pulls can be good for traps. But that's Jake, though. W Jake. Also, if you're a member, by the way, we do have an Ozzy emoji. W new emoji. R.I.P. Sorry, R.I.P. Traps kind of ruin the Superman look, if you know what I mean. That's fair. Hey, man, you do whatever you feel like is best for you, you know? Don't, you know, if you don't feel like you got to do traps, then don't do them, you know? Do what it takes for you to meet your goals and your physique. That's what I'll say, you know? You don't have to follow someone else's split. You don't have to sit there and adjust your training to someone else. Do what works for you. Do you. Like that's like my biggest thing. I think people see me and they think they need to do what I'm doing in order to get a similar physique. But I'm like, sometimes people should want to do calisthenics. Some people want to build muscle. Some people want to just lift heavy weights. Some people want to lose weight. Some people are trying to gain muscle. It's just, you got to figure out what you want. Some people do fitness related things. You know, they want to run long distances. You know, I do calisthenics. There you go. So you might not be as focused on your traps. You know, because a lot of calisthenics I know is, I don't do calisthenics, but a lot of it's different parts of your body. I do some calisthenic exercises. I don't do calisthenics only. I can't sit here and, you know, do the leg hold when you sit on the ground like this and you're just holding your legs up. I can't do that. Or at least I've never tried. I don't think I'd be able to do it. You mean the L sit? Yeah. I guess, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I don't think I can do it. Like, there's no way. I mean, like, I can hold myself up a little bit. You know, I can hold myself up, but I don't know if I can keep my legs. I don't think I can keep my legs out like that. The core strength for that is crazy. Ain't no way. Like, I could probably do a handstand on an elevated surface. Like, oh, I see what you're saying. I don't know. Like, I feel like I have the arm strength to do it. The problem would be my core. You know? W spam. Do you want to see spam? Here. Spam is being summoned. It's hard to gauge core, even if you have a strong core. Yeah. I think that would be my problem. I don't consider myself having a very strong core. I don't think I have a weak core. But I don't think... I mean, I'm not like rock abs, you know? Like, if I flex it, you can feel it, right? But I don't have, like, you know, a Ziz core. I've gotten close before, but I weighed, like, almost 160 at the time. I really cut, like, a lot. And it was, I was so tired all the time. My muscle action Asian core properly, so I would just hurt your quads. Right. That's how. Yeah. That's kind of how I feel. That's a big thing. I mean, I honestly think mind-muscle connection is huge in any exercise that you do, but especially lifting, but just in general. Because I think that's how a lot of people end up working out the wrong muscles for a specific exercise, like your bicep, right? I think so many people are just worried about getting the weight up, you know, they just throw the weight around, like, you know, a lot of times you'll see a lot of this when you're just watching people do biceps or whatever. And it's learning about how your muscles feel whenever they're at work, you know, and making that connection whenever you are exercising in the future, you know. I mean, that's huge. It helps prevent injuries. It helps you focus a specific part of your body to work out, stuff like that. That is not really something that can be taught. It's just something you kind of have to learn to understand over time, you know? You can help someone, but at the end of the day, like, I can feel my biceps at work when I'm doing bicep curls, you know? Versus someone who just started is just more worried about the weight going up. So, like I said, I think in anything workout related, I think that's going to be a big thing. Calisthenics kind of eliminate momentum, focus on form, especially freestyle calisthenics. Oh, absolutely. I think in general, momentum is not going to help you, unless you're working on, like, running. Then obviously there's some momentum involved in there. But like, I think more or less slower, more formulaic exercises are going to help you in the long run. I'm just yapping about calisthenics. I got kind of excited. No, you're good, dude. I don't care. No one talking to chat. I don't care. Dude, I enjoy engaging in chat. It makes me happy when people like bring up stuff to talk about rather than me bringing up anything. So, now you're always welcome to yap or ask questions. I don't care. I really don't. Like that's the whole. That's why I stream. That's the whole point. I want to have good chat engagement. I think any exercise you do, you slow it down and really focus on form. And then, I mean, you do, like, anything you do, exercise-wise, but also a lot of times in general, you have to practice it to get better at it, right? Even in lifting, someone who just goes into the gym, has no idea how anything works, isn't going to do everything properly, right? There's a lot of practice involved in form, and doing things properly in the gym. You're not going to get it right the first time, You might not get it right the first 10 times. But eventually things start to click. You can watch people work out. You can watch people, around you at a gym. However you want to do it. But having, like you said, that mind-muscle connection is huge in anything you do. But yeah, no, that's totally fine. You can yap as much as you need to. Let me, But yeah, I started in the gym in high school, so a while ago, but I started in the gym for tennis, and my coach didn't believe in the bench press, right? So I never benched ever until I got to college. And then I had a friend or two help me out. Plus, I watched a lot of YouTube videos of just proper form and stuff. I always think it's a good rule of thumb to assume that your form can be improved. Your form is better. You never train chest? Nope. No, the main thing we did was squat, deadlift, shoulder presses. The only chest thing we trained, not that I didn't train it, but it was more like fitness related, right? So, I think we did push-ups, but my coach loved the burpee, right? He was obsessed with the burpee. Like one of our fitness routines was just 7 minutes straight of burpees, which I know doesn't sound like a lot, but try doing 7 minutes of burpees nonstop. If you ever wow, like that, it's crazy, right? But most of the time, because to be fair, most of your tennis power is in your legs. That's where most of the things come from. Everything's in the legs, right? I guess you're trying to focus on exercises that will transfer well to tennis, right? That was the whole point. What's up, Micro? That was the whole point of that. You had, like I said, the squat, the deadlift, shoulder, because there is shoulder involved in tennis too, especially when you're serving.
But your arms and your chest aren't as important, just because, like, when you're going for, something, or a forehand, right? The power's coming from here. It's not coming from here, right? So, what's up, CJ? So someone gets scared of an automatic paper towel dispenser today, brother. Are we in like the 1800s? Where there was no paper towel dispenser? That's crazy. Ho! That's funny, though. How we all doing? How we all doing? Good to see everybody today. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, no, I mean, I do know. Like I said, we just never did chess. I don't know. I didn't really understand. I feel like it can still be good. Like I said, I think most of the stuff, he was he still is. He's still a physical therapist. So, he knew a lot about what to train in the gym, how to train it. He was very intelligent. He's a jerk, but he's very intelligent. So, yeah. But yeah, we did a lot of leg stuff. When you grab a towel, dispense it, and you legitimately jump a decent amount. Dang. Well, bro had a rough day. A jerk? Oh yeah, he was terrible. Oh, he was terrible. He was a horrible person. I have so many stories. Best character Marvel Rouse for beginners. For beginners, Scarlet Witch. Although she's pretty busted right now, so a lot of people use her anyway. But literally, do tell. Oh man, God. I would say DPS, Scarlet Witch, healer, probably Jeff or Luna, or not Luna, sorry, Cloak and Dagger or Rocket, and then tank. Strange, maybe? I don't know. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Yeah, I would start with Scarlet Witch over DPS. Do tell? Oh, man. But let me read this one real quick. Burpees, I do suppose, are really good for endurance damage, so you probably change off for that. Yeah. No, we did so many things like that. We had one exercise with, like, medicine balls. We used to do, like, stations. And so we do, like, HIIT exercise. So we do, like, 45 seconds, and then we would switch to next station for, like, 30 seconds. And then do that. So it was like, we'd have like a 15, 20-pound medicine ball that we would just catch and toss up against the wall, and then catch it back down. You do that for like a minute long straight. Whew. The first round, it's fine, right? The first round is easy. You get to like the third round, and you are in a bad place. Well, there was one time where, I mean, there's a lot of moments, right? There was one time where we had to do, so it was kind of a punishment more than anything. So pretty much if someone someone maybe did something stupid, I don't know. I'm not even sure why we had to do this, but it was called a Japanese speed drill, okay? So pay attention, right? Pretty much, a Japanese speed drill in tennis is you have two people up and volleying at net, right? So if you know tennis, there's usually, if you play doubles, there's a person up at net and there's a person in the at the baseline, right? So you have two people up at net volleying, and you have two people on the other side, usually the coaches, right? The coaches, and their goal is to hit the ball at you as hard as fast as they can, right? And the only thing you have to do is deflect it. Just try not to get hit, right? So pretty much you have the coaches going like this, right? And then you're here. So you're talking about a 30 to 40-year-old man, right? Versus a 15-year-old kid in terms of strength and power, okay? So you're sitting there trying not to get burned by the tennis ball, right? So I had a friend who got hit in the eye, and his contact fell out. And it fell onto the tennis court, and bro was trying to find it, and my coach just kept going, right? There was that one. There was also another volley drill where if it went down the center lane, right? If the ball went down the center lane and both people missed it, they had to do 10 push-ups, which in retrospect is easy, right? 10 push-ups, whatever. Not when it's on a probably 110, 115 degree court, because the sun itself outside, it's already about 102, 103, right? And the court is absorbing heat, right? So I was doing these push-ups, right, on the court. I'm burning my hands. I get home, and I got blisters all along my hands like this, right? So pretty much, what is that? Is that first or I think that's first degree burn. First or second degree burn. Yeah. So feel the burn. Yeah, feel the burn right there for real. So, and like I said, we're talking about. I mean, like I said, that is scratching the surface. You know, those are just my like 2 stories I usually jump to. Those were both my freshman year of high school. If that tells you anything. Those were both my first year. So, yeah. Was your coach David Goggins? Yo, honestly, I wish. I'd rather have a guy who was a jerk but could help me improve. He was just a jerk. Did you play all 4 years? 3.5, actually. 3.5. I quit my mid-senior year. Which is supposed to be the best year of your tennis career. And it was horrible. That was the only reason I stuck through, was for my senior year, because most of the seniors at my high school got treated very well in tennis. They would have their own poster, they would have, you know, perks and stuff like that. We didn't get our own posters. I could tell our coach just did not give 2 shits about us, like at all. Like he didn't care. Like us when I was a senior. And so I quit. I was done. And my mental health improved drastically. It was one of the best things I've ever done. I used to have borderline panic attacks before every single practice. I would pray it would rain. Appreciate the hearts, Hannah. I had Spam on here earlier. I don't know if you saw it. But when you spammed Spam earlier, I brought him over here. I don't know if you were here or not for that, but I did do that. Yeah, it was like borderline, like panic attack, like incredible amounts of anxiety. It was terrible. So one of the best things I've ever done. And the quitting process was terrible too. It was horrible. It was really bad. So he's probably going through a divorce. The funny thing is, he just recently had a kid. So dub. But yeah, after I quit, I never talked to him again. Never talked to him again. So that's a little bit of a tidbit there for you. That poor kid. That's what I said. That's what I said. I was like, man, that kid gonna have a rough life. He's gonna be forced to play tennis, right? me thinking to train only legs once a week, so the split will be push, legs, pull, push, pull. The pull, push, pull is gonna be tough on your pull areas. The reason why it's good to have a couple days in between is, I mean, unless you throw in a rest day, right? But if you're training and you do pull, the next day you do push, you're not going to want to go back to pull. He's already hitting the balls at the crib and you're like, yeah, I gave him a racket. Bang! Bang! Yo, that's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, it was bad. 3-month-old with a racket, bro, that's nuts. He probably, it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, he was crazy. I always say, chat, when you're a coach, right? When you're a coach of a high school sports team, it's a hard balance between respecting your team and pushing them to their limits, right? You want them to be the best they can be, right? But that doesn't mean you break them down mentally and destroy them. It completely ruins team morale. My team, all 4 years I was there, well, 3.5, the team morale was pretty much non-existent. Most of us didn't like each other, and we all collectively didn't like our coach. I think that was like the reason why we would struggle sometimes, you know. You'd say, okay, take care, Ryan. Appreciate you being here. Have a good rest of your night. Enjoy your training. You want to train kids to be winners, not just win. Right. And I don't know. Like, I'm not saying there shouldn't be a punishment for like a tough loss. Like, you know, like if you get completely destroyed, right? Maybe you do laps or something. But we would have to do punishments every single time. Every time we would lose something, it was a punishment. There was something. And I'm just like, you don't want to train people to fear mistakes. You don't want to train, especially high schoolers, you don't want to train them in any sport, not just tennis, you know, basketball, golf, swimming, whatever it is. You don't want to train students to fear losing, to fear mistakes. Because that's how you improve. You want to train them to go back, learn what happened, help them understand what happened, and fix it and move on. Then maybe if it keeps happening, then there's a problem. Then they can't perform to the build-up before. Right. Like, your team's not going to perform at its best if there's low team morale, there's no team bonding, your coach hates the team, you all hate the coach, you don't respect them, and there's just a bunch of tension between the players. You're not going to win games that way. I mean, mentality, you can practice and train all you want. You could train every single day of your life. Every day, 3 hours a day, you become this professional basketball player, this professional tennis player. What's up, Q-Tip? You could sit there and just go at it all the time, right? You're not getting anywhere if you don't have a team around you that's willing to build you up and support you. That's just the end of the story. Unless you are LeBron, unless you are Steph Curry, right? If you don't have someone around you to help build you up, you're done. You're not going to perform compared to the team that has a good coach who disciplines them well, but also rewards them for good plays. And they actually have a team bonding and team around. So, that's my long gap, but that's how I've always viewed sports, based on my experience. You know, it just, especially students who, a lot of them are taking time away from their studies to do a sport. I mean, I was, you know, but there's nothing like a great coach. You will remember a great coach so much better, especially in high school, but also in college, right? My reference is high school because I didn't play a sport in college. But you will remember that way more than the coach that was a complete jerk to you for 4 years. You just will, right? You'll remember those people. They inspire, right? I mean, that's the youth, man. We don't need so many schools that have these sports. You don't need David Goggins, right? You don't need David Goggins to scream at your kids and, you know, cuss at them all the time and tell them everything they're doing wrong and be afraid of you. You don't need that, you know. It's a tough balance. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, being a coach isn't easy, right? Because you do want to balance that idea of like, okay, how do I discipline them whenever we're not performing as well as we could be, but not make them hate me, right? At the end of the day, there's no right answer, right? But there are wrong answers. Was he even good at tennis? Did you see him play? I don't think he was bad, but there were players on the team that could beat him, right? Pretty consistently. I'm not saying he was bad. He was better than me. But, like, it's not like he's sitting there being a professional, right? The thing is, he did understand the game, right? he understood the game. And you obviously need David Goggins. Oh yeah, for real. Some people do need David Goggins for other reasons. He was a fraud. I think there was, I don't know. I do think to an extent he felt inferior to a lot of the people that, like there was this one kid that they had it out all the time. They would scream at each other constantly. It was kind of funny, but like, I think the reason for that is because he felt inferior to these high schoolers. I just think personality-wise and just like strength-wise, consistency, and the game of tennis, like he felt insecure. That's crazy. That's crazy work. If a 16-year-old could beat me, I would either get better or change jobs. That's what I'm saying, right? It's just crazy to me. And the problem is, you just see it happen all the time, you know? I see it, you know, I saw it at my high school. I've seen it at other high schools, like, just when I was in high school. Like, I saw it with the other coaches sometimes. But I'm always just like, it's just high school sports, right? We're not talking like NCAA, March Madness, you know. There's a lot of money involved, right? We're talking about like kids who are just taking time that they could be doing homework or literally doing anything else with their lives, and they go and play a sport. It's supposed to be fun at some point. Yeah, that was what happened with me in tennis. Like, it was not fun at all. I loved the game. I always loved tennis. But the sport, it's like the team itself, it just, the whole experience was just not fun at all. I hated it. I couldn't stand I hated practices. I would dread practices every day. And then we had open courts over the summer, which open courts really meant you better be here and be practicing. Because if you are, I'm going to get on you. Why didn't you guys get along? I just feel like it was a different group. Like, there were people from different groups, like cliques, in tennis. Like, I feel like the cliques that people were part of were all different, and it was just always kind of meshed together. And so you'd have like 2 or 3 people who were friends, and then we also had a small team, right? We barely covered varsity, right? But like, there was also the thing of like, when you're a senior, the whole goal, one of the big points is team bonding, right? You want to be the example. You want to be who the freshmen look up to. And my freshman year was probably the closest I ever got to that. Should have made you guys stronger. You're all bringing something to the table. I don't know. I think it would have helped if we were all like in the same clique. I had a couple friends on the team. Don't get me wrong. I was a friend like I still talk to from this day on the tennis team. But I didn't get along with everyone on the team because it was just a different group of people. I don't know. I just feel like a lot of ego was involved. A lot of ego. Yeah, a lot of ego. A lot of just. What's the opposite of inclusion? Not disclusion. Exclusion. Yeah, a lot of exclusion. I think as the years went on, it just got worse. I think some of the seniors tried, but I don't think it was quite what it could have been. And when I got to my senior year, I learned that my coach just didn't care. I don't think he was excited for the day that my class became the seniors as we were. So he's still there, by the way. He's still coaching there. But yeah, I don't know. It was a learning experience. I mean, I took a lot from it. I will always give credit to the fact that egos in high school are extreme too. That's the problem, right? You know, that's the big thing. I mean, you got high schoolers with egos. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Every sport would have that, though. You know, not just tennis. Everything's got it. But The one thing I will always get credit for, I would not be nearly where I am in my workout journey without tennis. I started gym and tennis. I hated the gym when I first started. Hated it. Dreaded going. Didn't like it. But I learned how to properly squat. I learned how to properly deadlift. I learned a lot of good form. I learned a lot of good exercises. And my coach was a physical therapist. So I did learn a lot on, like, how to do progressive lifting. How to, take your mat, or, good God. Take your max weight and go from there, Tennis didn't really have a mascot. We were just kind of there. we were just kind of there, I feel like most schools have like the eagle or like the cardinal, but yeah, no, you are right about the egos thing, right? I'm so off track on my weight lift, but that's totally fine. The Bears, dub. Chicago Bears are my favorite NFL team, so. But yeah, it was a good learning experience. Like I said, I wouldn't be nearly where I am in my workout journey without tennis and what I learned from my coach. But at the end of the day, I'm glad I did what I did. You don't really see anyone quitting their senior year. That just doesn't really happen because it's your senior year. It's supposed to be the best year. But I was ready to quit about mid-season. And that was it. Never went back. Never looked back either. I was fine with it. Agassi on drugs the whole time? It's a good question. I don't know a lot about him. Whew. Hey Q-Tip, bro just dropped all the emojis, by the way. Yo, dub. Where's my water? Oh, water. There it is. Did I drink all of it already? I did. The water's gone. That's why I couldn't find it. The water's gone, Chad. The water's gone. Bonk. They're so cute. I appreciate it. I made all of them. So, in order, we've got my dog, Ozzy, who passed away a week ago. So, rip in the chat. But, it's been hard, but I immortalized him in the chat. So, W Ozzy, because he was on stream. I had him on stream a couple of times, so. And then we got Jake. Jake the Duck. Jake the Mallard, actually. W Jake. Yep, R.I.P. Ozzy. That's my boy. We got the tennis ball, Ronald, made by Hannah, my girlfriend, who is the mod, littering. Yo, chat is, it is literally on my treadmill. Okay, we're good. We're chilling. I'm gonna get it after stream. Okay, we got the Ford F-150 because why would you not have a Ford F-150? We got Bullwinkle, who's kind of hidden, but he's in the corner over here. And then we got, you put Ozzy again. Then we got Doobie. Doobie is way over there. It's another stuffed animal we got. The blue cat is Tim. The white cat, well, not white. It looks white on here, but it's really mint green. That is Chet. And then we also have Chopper here. He's over there. And then we got the chicken biscuit. Are you sure? Pretty sure. Threw a trash bag in the space. It'd work. Are you sure? Yep. Here's Timothy. There he is. Dub. And then Chet's upstairs. So I don't have him right now. Chopper's here. Chicken biscuit's here. Doobie's over there. And then we have the Spam as well. Also a gift from Hannah. bro. Ain't no way. Stand ready for my arrival, worm. Where's Omni-Man? Where is he? Where is Omni-Man? Excuse me. Chat, I need another good YouTube short idea that's going to give me another 4 million views. Can someone help me? I need help. I want another YouTube short that's going to get 4 million views, but I have not figured it out yet. Yo, chat, what's trending right now? Love the spam. Me too. Me too. The spam is very cute. Sea salt! It's sea salt, okay? We're talking about sea salt. I have an awful headache tonight. I feel you. I'm not an awful headache, but I do have a headache. The ice bucket challenge? Yeah, why is that coming back? Why is that coming back, Chad? How would sea salt find Mark if he was invisible? True! Good point. Good point. The AI. I hate AI, though. If the only thing I would make AI related is something dissing AI. Should I do the ice bucket challenge as a YouTube short, chat? Someone would have to nominate me, though, you know, in their ice bucket challenge. I feel like I can't just do it. Why is that coming back? I know at least 8 people have done it. Like, I mean, not that it can't, like, duh, but, like, it was really popular in, like, 2012. It's like 10, 13 years since then. Might nominate me? Crazy. I just don't get it. Or I'll nominate you. What you did was not nice! It's not nice to do that! Didn't LeBron do the Ice Bucket Challenge? Yo, back in the day, everyone did the Ice Bucket Challenge. Everyone. Alright, bet. Someone's gotta nominate Basement, bro. It is back in the day. It was like 10 years, it was like a decade ago, bro. Maybe more. It's a long time ago. If I get nominated, I'll do it. I'll make a YouTube short. A video of praying to LeBron. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Because I have integrity, right? He has his own Barbie doll? What? What? Did the president do the Ice Bucket Challenge? Yeah, literally, that's what I'm saying. Everyone did it. Even the president at the time did it. Like I said, everyone did. Yo, by the way, don't type a president's name in chat. It'll time you out, okay? I'm just gonna throw that out there real quick. Because I know someone's gonna probably type it. It'll time you out. Listen. Everyone did it. I'm pretty sure, like, Kermit the Frog did it, bro. Like, who did? The challenges in like the early 2010s were crazy, Chad. Like, they were nuts. That one was tame. That one was not nuts. It was just tame. It's goofy, right? You pour a bucket of water on your head that's iced. Dress up as Invincible, have your girlfriend as Eve. Ooh, true. Yo, Hannah, I know what we're doing next. I want her and I to recreate the photo where I'm just standing over here like this. And she's over here like this. We don't actually have to do that. I just think it'd be funny. There was a guy in Marvel Rivals today that was named Adam Eve is my girlfriend. And I was like, unless you're Mark Grayson, I don't think so. I think you might be wrong. They wasted the Field song on Amber. Yeah, 100%. But I have been listening to the song like almost every day. It's a good song. But yeah. There was a whole video that was like deconstructing Amber's character and how like the way she was written just wasn't fulfilling. She didn't undergo any change in the show. Like she didn't have a character arc. like it just was kind of like whatever, you know. I don't know. I kind of blame the writers a bit for that part, but whatever, you know. I think like everyone was rooting for Mark, or I guess Invincible and Adam Eve, like from the beginning, you know. Cecil, I need you, Cecil. Okay. Yeah, I don't understand why that's coming back though. Is it still for ALS too? Like, it didn't change, right? Bro, why can I not open up a single news article without 15 ads in my face? Good God. Raise money for Active Minds. Oh, yo, I was in a club in college for Active Minds. Look at that. Okay, interesting. So it's for mental illness this time. Duh. I just don't understand. No one would have to donate the money, they just got the water on them. That's what I don't understand. That's what I'm trying, like, I never understood what the purpose was. It was like, raise awareness. Okay, right, duh. Especially for ALS, right? What is dumping a bucket of ice water doing to help with that? Am I missing something? Like, what? The chat room from working out spanned the Ice Bucket Challenge to LeBron to Invincible. That's just the average Basement Bro chat. Yo, if we have an actual chat in chat, this is exactly how it goes every time. It's great. I like it. This is like peak Basement Bro content in your chat. Like, what does that do? Like, I get it raises awareness, right? That makes sense. But like, are people supposed to donate when they get the bucket of ice on them? Donate what? They? What? Harry Potter. Yo, we could have gone a stream without Harry Potter, right? We were really close. I thought it was like donate 1,000 or get the ice. Like, who's donating 1,000? No one's doing that. Okay, I shouldn't say that. Not that no one's donating. Let me not be bleak, right? People are donating, but like, if you're like, oh, you have to dump a bucket of ice on your head or donate $1,000, who's gonna choose the donation option? I've seen people who donate and then do the ice bucket challenge, but I've never seen like also no one's holding you to that. I don't know. I just never really. It didn't make sense in my noggin. But why do both? I don't know. I guess like for exposure. I guess, you know. That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, like I said, dub the people donate to it. I just never understood like what the dumping a bucket of water on your head had to do with it. You know? Like, oh no, now I'm cold. I nominate these 3 people. Bye. I'm like, you didn't do anything. Like, I'll probably do it if I get nominated. But I'm like, I don't know. I tell you what would be nice though is like if I could ever do like a Tiltify stream and do like a donation stream where like all the donos would go to, and like every time someone donated I could do something on stream. That'd be fun. Like a donation stream. Like to ALS, or I mean I've seen a bunch of, you know,
Wounded Warriors or, you know, American Red Cross or whatever. People get hurt equals funny. Like, I get it's funny, right? I get it's funny. I get the exposure part. But I'm like, what does that do for ALS research? Did the person know that people nominate them? Nope. You just do whatever. But you can only nominate if you do it. I think that's how it is supposed to work. By the way, chat, if any of y'all want to join the Discord, I'm going to drop it in chat. I don't know how many of y'all are in the Discord currently, but join the Discord. You'll get you'll get notification every time I go live. If that link doesn't work, there's a link in my YouTube bio as well. We have, I think 30. No, we are one member away from 40 members in the Discord. So, and I mean, it's not like super active all the time, but I mean, we have a media tab. We have a media tab. I'll pin this. We have a media tab. We've got just general as well. We got suggestions, stuff like that. So, and then obviously the main thing is whenever I upload, you'll get a lava chicken. Chicken. You ever wonder what happens when you mix hot lava and chicken? The Nether. Hang on. Let me sign in my Discord. I'm glad we have an active stream tonight, though. I've been an active stream in a few days. Chicken. La 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 lava. Steve's lava chicken, yeah. Tasty as hell. Ooh, mamacita, now you're ringing the bell. I love you too, Hannah. You escape already? Just pull the ceiling down? Yeah, for sure, man. Get out! No, do y'all remember the Floors Lava Challenge? I'm starting to realize that I feel like I'm getting old. That's the problem. The problem is I'm getting old. Floors Lava Challenge, the Salt and Ice Challenge was crazy, by the way. I knew a guy who did that in high school, and he scarred himself permanently doing that. Like, that's crazy. I don't know why people were doing that. Like, there's just some crazy challenges. Lava floor, chicken, la 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 lava. Steve lava chicken, yeah, ringing the bell. Ooh, mama. Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, the cinnamon challenge was big too. But that was the one good, like, those challenges weren't to raise awareness. They were just challenges. The Chicken Jockey Theater, it's a movie theater with chicken jockey on the screen. Really? Are you serious? No way. Did they actually? Like, I saw the Chicken Jockey Minecraft movie set. Hang on. I don't see that one, though. I'd be careful, because it could have been AI generated. Would not surprise me. But they did do one for the Minecraft movie, which had Chicken Jockey in it. Can you do a dab? No. Because someone will clip it. Basement Bro dabs in 2025. Unk dabs. Yo. Unk hits the dab. The Tide Pod Challenge. That was bad too. That was bad too. Why? You know, I was always just like, why? Why? What are you doing? Oh my gosh, yo, do y'all remember the Devious Licks? That was crazy. Devious Lick Challenge, guys. It literally was just stealing public property. Like that one was wild. Guys, I just got this massive Devious Lick. It was just people posting crimes. Like that was crazy.
guys, look at this. Look at the devious look I got today. Just crimes, you know. You should do the cinnamon challenge. I don't want to do that. I feel like I would just choke. They walk out of a moving car, dance, and jump back in. Yeah, wasn't that the that was the Drake song, right? Go take care, Blake. Appreciate you interacting in the chat today. Duh. Appreciate the conversation, man. My AP physics professor was like, "Oh, I think someone devious licked all my erasers." I'm like, no way he said that in class. Yeah, there's no way. That one was crazy. Like, people were just publicly posting crimes, and it was just like, okay. It's like, what? The chicken jockey thing's gotten out of hand recently, though. That's been crazy, too. Like, I know it's not like we need to breathe, it's just a face. Okay, buddy. No, but I will do the ice bucket. I'll put a message in the Discord. I'll do the ice bucket if someone nominates me. Steve loves chicken. Yeah, the chicken jockey thing. Listen, my movie theater, I went and saw the Minecraft movies, right, in theaters. My theater was tame. The only time anyone said anything was the chicken jockey scene. The whole theater said chicken jockey, and that was good, right? That was like the best part of the movie. I'm not even gonna lie. That was like the best part. Oh, I did see the John Pork thing. That was crazy. I was like, bro, that's Technoblade. What do we do? But the people who like trashed the theaters and like yes, it was both of us. Yes. We both went. But that was the best part of our movie experience. Like, was the chicken jockey. It was funny. You know, like I did enjoy it. But like it got like crazy. Like I understand people like clapping, standing up, and you know, yelling or whatever, like chicken jockey, and then everyone sits back down. When people take the bags of popcorn and just launch it. Someone brought in a real chicken, like that's some I don't know, man. Like, theater employee. I knew someone who worked at a theater. I knew a couple people who worked at a theater. They don't want that, man. I just feel bad for the theaters, man. Chicken, la 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 la. Eat Baba chicken. Yeah, I'll put a message in the Discord. Sleep time? No, you can't go to sleep yet. No, it's not sleep time. One theater fully paused the chicken jockey, then skipped the scene entirely. I seen the movies that like pause and people come in. They have like the police and everything. That's crazy. That's crazy work, dude. That's bad. If you gotta stop the movie and call the police, like, bro, what? Like, you gotta get a job, man. I don't know. I don't know about all that. That's crazy work. How long have we been streaming? Where are we at? Are we over an hour? We are over an hour. Holy moly. I don't know. I just finally... We had some chat interaction. I didn't even plan on streaming super long, but... I had a really engaged chat today, you know? They're making a Minecraft movie too with Alex, and they're also making a Roblox movie. Yo, imagine the star of the Roblox movie is Jack Black. Or Chris Pratt. I knew they were going to do the second Minecraft movie because of the end of the first one. The post-credit scene. But a Poppy Playtime movie? They're actually doing A Poppy Playtime movie? I don't know. That could be good or bad. I feel like that could be good or bad. Do you know who's directing it? Or is it just it's being talked about? Benny the Ink Machine? It's none of those things. I mean, like, if Blumhouse gets a hold of the Poppy Playtime movie, we might be cooked. But, you know. Yeah, imagine you go to jail, right? Like, you're in jail. And your parents come, right? And they're going to bail you out, right? And they're just like, so what happened? And you just go, well, I mean, the chicken jockey, you know? Like, I got the chick, and then they just dip. They just dip. They just leave you there. If my kid got arrested for chicken jockey, I think I'd probably, like, I feel like a night in jail might be a good lesson. You know? Maybe just one night in juvie would be a good lesson. There's a trailer for the Poppy Playtime movie? Hold up. I'm gonna fact check you. You're about to get fact checked. Not playing. I've heard this also, speaking of like creepy things, I've heard this new Black Mirror, the new episodes are coming out are pretty good. No, they're all concepts. I didn't think they'd have a trailer yet. I figured if it's just being talked about, yeah, they're all concept trailers. They're all from like a year or 2 years ago. Lava, chicken, Steve Lava Chicken. It's gonna be a Helldivers movie also. I feel like that one's not gonna be good. I'm gonna go ahead and say that right now. Like, what is the last good video game, like, movie? Like, the last solid video game movie that came out? Me, personally, probably the Mario movie. Because I thought that one was actually pretty well done. I actually did enjoy the Mario movie a lot. I think it was a good movie. But, like, besides that, I've heard what The Last of Us, the show is pretty good. But, like, Borderlands was trash. The Resident Evil series was trash. I know those other ones. I can't think of them right now. FNAF. Yeah, I mean, I thought about that one too. I think FNAF was better than. I think the FNAF story was in the movie was a better movie and story than the Minecraft movie. And I think that's pretty basic. It's comparing apples and oranges though. But even then, the writing in that movie is pretty tough. I mean, going back and watching that, it's a great movie. I love that movie, but my God. My favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles character? What's his face? Wow, it's gonna take me a second. The villain. But I'm forgetting his name. The villain, though. The main villain. He's cool. I like him. But I specifically like him in the live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, not the, like, animated one. If that makes sense. But I'm forgetting his name. Carrot! FNAF movie wasn't even scary. Oh, no. I mean, I'm a big horror movie fan, right? If you're new to the stream, you might not know this. I'm a big horror movie fan. I watch a lot of horror movies, right? I've seen, you know, Shredder, yes. Probably my favorite. I like Shredder. He's cool. But specifically the live-action Shredder, right? I knew it started with an S, but I kept thinking Skrillex. I was like, no, that's a band. No, it wasn't scary, right? I have not watched a scary movie in a minute. I truly think the thing that I'm much more disturbing things. I think the most disturbing, scary thing I've seen recently was Hereditary. I'm trying to think. But Hannah and I just recently watched all 3 Terrifiers as well. They're not my favorite horror movie. Mine's Bambi. Okay. Alright, let's calm down a little bit. Not playing. My favorite horror movie is The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing. But very, very, very close behind is the original Halloween. I have my top 5. 1978 Halloween is very close behind. But The Thing is just, it's so good. I love that movie so much. Lava chicken. Steve lava chicken. I have my, hang on, I got my list of favorite horror movies. Aliens in top 5. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is up there too. It's in top 5. Saw 2 is one of my favorites. I love Saw 2 more than the original. I know that's a hot take for a lot of people, but like, man, I love Saw 2. I love Get Out. Blair Witch Project I like too. I really like Long Legs. I got Scream up here as well, but that's more of a comedy horror movie than anything, but I do have Scream up here. And then Requiem for a Dream as well. Yeah, here's the thing. The Last Ronin, which is Mikey, but Master Splinter and all the other turtles are dead. R.I.P. R.I.P. Turtles. But yeah, number 1 is The Thing. If you haven't seen it, it's a must-watch. Yeah. It's so good. The whole movie is just, it's just, you can't, I don't know. I just think that's like peak horror. Yeah, I just don't think there's a lot that beats that one. But I do love the original Halloween. I think it was a huge step in the slasher genre. No, you gotta say this. The Human Torch was fire. But here's the thing. It's been grim recently. And there's another one. And clearly it's fantastic. You know, something like that. Something stupid. You know? Yeah, the original Halloween isn't anything super spooky or scary or whatever. You know, it's your typical slasher. But at the time, it was huge. And I still think it's great to this day. Michael Myers is barely even in the movie. You know, you barely even see him. But when you do, the payoff is the best. It's so good. But I did really like the 2018 reboot as well. That's probably my second favorite Halloween movie of the series. But I've seen all 13 Halloween movies, so. Alright, chat. I'm going to go ahead and call it there. W-Stream. Yo, for real, W-Stream. Almost 20 likes today. I appreciate that a lot. W-Stream, W-Chat. Appreciate y'all being here. Appreciate the support, per usual. I'll be back tomorrow. What was you dressed up for Halloween? Oh, I did Pinhead. That's probably my favorite costume. Pinhead's my favorite horror movie character. I do love Hellraiser as well. I didn't even mention that, but Pinhead is. I did Pinhead 2 years ago. Probably the best costume I've ever done. So, you scary, man. I love horror movies. It's crazy. Yo, W-Stream for real though. W-Stream, W-Chat. I'll be back tomorrow. Appreciate all the likes today. Have a good rest of your night. Be safe. I'll be back tomorrow. Like I said, if you haven't joined the Discord, it's in the YouTube bio. If you want some support, or if you want to support me more the next time you're streaming, it'll be tomorrow, usually between 6 and 9 Eastern, somewhere in that range is what I start. But if you want to know for sure, Discord link, you'll get a notification whenever I start streaming. So, W emojis. Trying to think what else. Yeah, that's all I got. So, Discord will add everyone. You'll also get a notification on YouTube if you have those turned on. The emoji spam is wild. W emojis, though. I love seeing my dog that many times. But yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Be safe. Happy lifting. Don't do anything stupid. I'll be back. Peace out, y'all. Have a good night.
Peace.